Hello and welcome to Reel to Reel today as we come to you from Pope Francis High School, the first and currently only Catholic high school that bears the name of the Pope. Just a week ago, the doors and classrooms here opened for its inaugural year, and tomorrow it will break ground on a new state-of-the-art facility on Wendover Road in Springfield. It's been a long journey for this new school, one that has involved the labors of many. The start of the school year, always filled with new experiences, but for students at Pope Francis High School, it's the beginning of a new academic tradition. The 2016-2017 school year for Pope Francis High School began with a Mass celebrated by Springfield Bishop Mitchell Rosansky. The bishop welcomed students, faculty, and staff to the temporary campus in Chicopee, which will be home for the next 2 school years. He offered a special blessing for the beginning of the school year as the former Holyoke Catholic and Cathedral high schools now merged into one entity. It's been a great beginning so far as students and teachers settled into their classrooms.
There's definitely a lot of great advantages to being in the new building. There's a lot more room for the teachers to do labs, and there's more computers for the kids to access, and just being in a more suitable environment to learn.
At the temporary Chicopee location, there's now evidence of Pope Francis and the new Cardinal mascot all around. Most importantly, the school has exceeded its enrollment goal.
Our target number was 361 students, and we are pleased to say that we surpassed that. We're right now, I believe, at 366, and there's a couple more kids in the pipeline, so that's it's always exciting.
And for those students from the former Cathedral High School, it didn't take long for them to feel at home.
I was nervous coming to a new school because I wasn't sure how to get around, didn't know the people, but it turned out being fine. There was a lot of new classes, new opportunities, so it ended up being a fun and good choice for me to come here.
I'm very excited about the school year. It is my senior year. I think it's great bringing the two traditions together.
The idea behind the new Pope Francis High School dates back to June of 2015, when Bishop Rosansky announced plans to merge Cathedral and Holyoke Catholic, citing the need to merge if Catholic education was to be preserved.
These two great traditions are giving birth to something new and exciting.
The bishop then appointed a transitional advisory committee at that time to develop a new school concept. The TAC committee worked on the nuts and bolts of finance, governance, leadership, and mission, making recommendations on materials, staffing, a course of study, transportation, tuition, enrollment, and admission.
We had to recreate a school in literally a year. And we did it, and that's been such a thrill to be part of that, to see it unfold.
They have really worked together very, very hard as a group to see this vision through for Pope Francis High School. And I'm really in debt to them. I'm grateful to them for all that they did because they did a wonderful job.
Committee Chair Jim Turtelot says Pope Francis High School will be as self-governing as possible, run by a corporate board of directors.
With adequate contributions and with the people who are able to afford to pay the real cost of that education, and maybe even a little bit more, the funds from those folks and contributions should be able to bring in folks who are able to do the work at the school, but who might not be able to afford to go there. So we don't want this to be an elite school, but we want it to have an elite education and an elite religious identity.
But the challenge facing the TAC and diocesan officials was twofold. First, to merge 2 schools. Second, to build a new facility that will eventually house Pope Francis High School. Architects for Pope Francis High School say the design will allow students and faculty to collaborate in new and innovative ways, breaking down the traditional long corridors of classrooms.
In this design, the idea is that the 2 bars of the building actually are connected to places like Learning Resource Center, which used to be the library, which is a technology-rich piece of the program that research can happen. And then we've also developed classrooms that are smarter.
Planning for this new state-of-the-art school involved meeting with neighbors of the future Pope Francis High School. An August 23rd meeting with the Fontaine Brothers construction team was held so those living close to the school could hear firsthand when construction will commence and how the Surrey Road neighborhood will be impacted during the 2-year process.
I think we'll work well together. We work in a lot of neighborhoods across the state. We build a lot of schools. And you just want to let people know that you are going to listen to their concerns, understand them, and put yourself in their shoes. And you know, if you were a concerned neighbor, you would want somebody to listen and do what they can to help.
That process kicks off officially tomorrow with a groundbreaking at the future Wendover Road site. And it's not just the innovative design that will distinguish Pope Francis High School, but also a new approach to Catholic education. An independent board of directors will be responsible for its fiscal sustainability while keeping in mind the mission of the school.
Our goal as a board is to move forward to bring a world-class product to the students that come here and make sure that we have the funds to do so, but also to always remember that we have to interweave the mission of the school, and that is that we are a Catholic school, and so that our goal is twofold. It's to form the minds and the souls of the students that come through our doors.
So with tomorrow's shovel in the ground, much is in line for Catholic education. A new chapter will be undertaken, one that will position Pope Francis to carry on the legacy of its founding schools while distinguishing itself for future generations.